Hello, welcome to episode 1 of We Have Issues. We're starting all over, Steven. Our last episode was not good enough. We're starting from scratch. Here we are. This is We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Steve Wildcard and I get together and we do our best. I mean, we will do our best in the future because this is our first ever episode. It's the first time watching. Welcome to our show. What we do here is we take the various issues that life throws our way, our the hurdles and the quicksand that we trudge through, and we do our best to shake it off. And you just get through it as best we can. We talk about these things that distract us and overwhelm us and destroy our lives and stalk us and harass us and dox us and just bring our parents into it and our family into it, and then just keep messaging us over and over and over and over, and it just spirals.
So that happened. That happened. And I literally grabbed a ninja smoke bomb and just went. It just disappeared from Twitter. I'm just like, nope. My dad does crack. He almost murdered my mom. We don't need any of this information. Poof.
So recently previously on Anthony's life, some drama happened, and then unfortunately someone saw that little puff of drama smoke, and they're like, oh wait, there's smoke over there. Let me throw some more fire on there. What if I took I have C4. What if I just explode this in his general direction? And I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. And it wasn't. But what happened was some troll, some random person decided to choose me and a couple of other people, and basically just targeted relentlessly, attempting to make me feel bad about his guesses about my life, which is really interesting, Steven. It's really interesting because I was like, I don't love the fact that we have 163 now episodes of a show that you can just go through it. You could watch it. If you want to stalk me and you want to talk about me and my life and say things, try to piece together the puzzle that is, me or us, you can go through, or you can make it up wildly. You could Google some image and be like, oh, who is this guy? And then just guess just vapidly. And it's kind of hilarious to see it happen. It sucked though. It did suck. This person online just kind of throwing spaghetti at my life's wall, as if like finding a stranger off the street who is also a jerk and asking them to write your biography. That's how it felt, where I was like, hey, you random person who's cursing at a child, tell me who I am. And they're like, oh, this is who Anthony is. And I was like, oh, this is not good. It's like a social media caricature drawn by a psychopath is what it's like. It's like, oh, I don't know where those fangs came from. This is weird, but that's what I've been dealing with for the past week. And I'll tell you, Steven, I've gone through the motions of it really affecting me to not affecting me anymore. It's had a couple of little cycles. And at first it kind of affected me because before they got so much information wrong, I was like, oh no, what if this is someone who I've been close to at some point in my life, and what if they're trying to hurt me, and this sucks, I don't want to. Why would anyone vilify me and do this to me right now? I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I handle this? What do I do? Who is it? And I'm trying to Charlie Kelly my life, on the wall. I'm like, who would do this? Who would do this to me? And I was like, Steven, where are you? And you're like, not on social media.
I mean, I was not going to be a part of that. I mean, there was obviously world events happening on top of that, and I'm just like, man, this is...
It's like, oh, you know how I can trump your life events, world events. Throw me under the political bus here, Steven. No, I'm kidding.
It was just too much. And of course, I strictly communicate between Twitter DMs, which is so funny because we can text each other. But I still checked my DMs, of course. But yeah, I just.
Oh no, we were.
I wanted no part of that shit, Dewey. Yeah, I know you were. But I'm bringing the camaraderie to the front and foreground, so people aren't reading any sort of subtext.
That's true.
Otherwise, your biopics are even worse. You know what I'm saying? I'm usually just silent during this segment.
It's so funny how that happens, man. And I'll continue to do this thing we do. I'll still make the dumb jokes. I made jokes about myself being a narcissist and writing our episode while we were having a serious conversation about people having those like subjective perspectives. Like I have to, it's just part of who I am, is I make those dumb jokes because I know you know better. And that's one of my favorite things is like, hey, I've lived with you long enough in such a way that like we can joke around about certain things and it's fine, you know? And like, but dude, so like just being on social media, reading these weird things, like I went from being worried that it was someone I knew to like recognizing, oh, this person doesn't actually know anything about me, but it still kind of sucks that like they want to attack me. And then to make matters worse, so like attacking my dad or like my aunt, who like, neither of them have done anything wrong or know anything about this. I had to have a weird conversation with my dad though, where I was just like, I need your Twitter account and I need to block I need to block this person and make you private, you know, just because it was too much. It's just like absurd amount of harassment, you know, for no reason. And I was just like,
yeah,
like, you know, what do we do with this? So dude, I wanted to write so much this week, you know, like I had time on Wednesday and Thursday, and that's when this all like started to bubble up and like got worse and worse. Like I released the podcast and I was just like, this all started to get really bad. And I was just like, dude, I was so exhausted and so out of it, like just like overwhelmingly despondent. Like I couldn't, and it sucks. I hate that anything would affect me like that, but it's just a matter of like going through the like that journey of, do I know who this is? Why would they do this to me? What more could they do to me? You know, like what is happening? What do they want? What is the end game? What is the motive? Like what am I? How do I get out of this? What do I do? You know? So I was going through all that, and I failed writing completely this week. I didn't write a single thing. Like I sat down, I drew like the world's dumbest thumbnail. I was just like, this will be the next page. Like I won't focus on that. I will focus on this square with this circle. And I don't even know what I'm drawing at this point. Like I was all over the place. I did, however, Stephen, I did start to pick myself up and distract myself with something that we got to work on together without realizing that we were going to work on it together.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. So Stephen and I have a friend named Lee Newman, who is an incredible writer. He wrote the book Sasson. If you haven't read it, check it out. I'll post a picture of it right here. It's hilarious. It's amazing. It's like in the vein of like a superhero comedy, you know, action comedy sort of thing. He has a new book that's coming out, and it was coming to Kickstarter. And he and I message all the time. Like, you know, he's been a close friend of ours for a while now. He's a really cool guy. If you don't follow him, go follow him, get his books and stuff. But he contacted me and was like, hey, what editing software do you use? Because I really need to make this video and I'm stressing out about it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I need a distraction in my life right now. And I was like, hey, what kind of video do you need, friend? You know, and he told me he needed a video for Kickstarter. And I was like, okay, you know what? I can do this. You just send me all of your information and everything everything you need in the video, and I'll find a way to put stuff together. And he was like, okay, but here's the thing. I need it by tomorrow. And I was like, what? I was like, okay, Lee.
I got this.
I guess. I
mean, let's be real. You've been practicing for this for like 162 weeks or something.
Yeah, so for those of you just joining us, thank you so much. Please hit subscribe. I promise our episodes are usually funnier and more interesting than the last couple of weeks. But what are we gonna do? Sometimes, we have issues. But yes, dude. So every week we record this on Tuesday night, and then I release it by Wednesday morning. Usually, like every time. We've not missed a week ever. So here we are. Yeah, dude. So I was like, okay, I can edit a thing. I can edit a thing in one night. Sure. So I get all these pictures, I get this thing together, and his comic book looks so freaking cool. And I'm so excited. And dude, you sent me your song and I heard like the beginning of it. And I was like, okay. And I'll tell you, the funniest thing is I only listened to like a quick clip of it at first. And I didn't get to like the like really cool part.
The meat and bones.
Yeah. Because I was at work, like I remember you sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool. It sounds like an old timey, fantasy sort of like a bard would play. Like it's really cool." I was like, "I like this," and I was like, "Okay, I'll help you. I'll help at work." And then I forgot about it, and then, dude, so I downloaded everything. I downloaded this file, and here I'm just gonna play the trailer, and if you go check this out really quick.
In the untamed, ever-changing world of Maelstrom, The corruption of the evil necromage twists its way into every corner of the land. One warrior stands to oppose his desiccating hand, not for glory or power, but for revenge and family. That warrior is the Barbarian Queen Karybdis. Welcome to Maelstrom.
So yeah, I got your song, and dude, I was just so excited. I heard it, and I was like, you know, it'd be really cool if there was like a voiceover. It's like it'd be really cool if there was.
We need Nathan Explosion on this bitch right now.
We do, and I wanted it so bad. And like, dude, it was funny because hilariously you say that, and like I recorded a different version of that first that was darker, and I was just like, okay, this might be too like Nathan Explosion. That's like, I guess
so metal. It's so
it
dark.
was pretty metal.
Blacker than the blackest black times infinity.
Dude. Yeah. So if you just watch that, this book is not only does it like look cool, it has a lot of cool like guest art and stuff. It also is just freaking hilarious. Like Leah's shown me like a bunch of the pages, and also shown me scripts for future books in that story, and it's such a funny comic. It's one of those things that like as I read it, I'm like, shut up, Lee, you're clever, and you can get this done in 2 pages. It takes me 6 books to be this interesting. Like, stop it, you know. But anyway, go check out the Barbarian Queen Karybdis below. It's live right now, and it could definitely use you and your help. So go check it out. Back our friend's book. It's really good, and Steve and I are credited on one of the posters / covers, which is really cool.
It's a VHS cover too, like the classic style cover, which is awesome.
Yeah, dude.
So what's cool about that riff too is like I've literally had that riff forever. Like I remember like when I first picked up guitar, that was like one of the first things I like fiddled with was like, ooh, a reverse chord after a regular chord. Like I didn't know what anything was. But like Lee like was like kind of came to me with that whole idea of what he wanted. And I'm like, oh, this will work perfect for that, because it already kind of sounds medieval. I've always thought of this sounding as like almost like a medieval ballroom dance situation. But then I just then add the driving drums and the guitars, and dude,
it was so
cool. Easy. It's easy to get lost in layers. So, but yeah. Sounded awesome. The trailer looked awesome.
Yeah, I really have faith that his book's gonna make it. But Kickstarter has been pretty difficult to navigate lately. I feel like a lot of books are kind of falling by the wayside. People aren't seeing things as much with like Twitter /X going through all the changes and nonsense that it's going through. But
growing pains.
Yeah, dude, it's been really hard for people to get their books out there. And so like if you see this right now, go click the link below, check out Lee's book. It's really good. It's really worth it. I completely stand behind it. I know Steven does as well. He's a great guy.
I already backed it for show.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna have my head on a pike, Steven. My head.
Ooh, dang.
On a pike. I'm gonna do it.
I didn't have head on a pike money this time around.
But... Dude, I don't either. I literally have my freaking credit card up there now, and I'm just like, all right, well, there's my head on a pike money. Good luck. Good luck, future Anthony. May the gods of money bless you at some point. You guys, I'm gonna be paying $10 a month for the rest of my life for that head.
It's future Anthony's problem, baby.
It is at this point, man. So, dude, yeah, I didn't get much writing done. I will, thankfully, in like I just like a weird serendipitous, just like the God shining over me, just like thinking like recognizing, hey, it's been a rough time. You're gonna need a weekend, right? Atlas is actually going to go with his mom for a wedding this weekend.
So cute.
So I am going to have Thursday through Sunday to write. And I mean, you and I are going to do some stuff this weekend together too, but like Thursday through Sunday, otherwise, I'm going to write and I'm going to finish this freaking issue. That's what I'm going to do because I have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, like off of work completely, which
That's amazing.
yeah, which dude, I'm going to treat this like my job. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to wake up in the morning, get my coffee. I'm gonna write this freaking comic book, and I can't freaking wait. And we save what we're gonna do to the end, but like I can't wait to do this. Because I've not written a single word this week of actual story. What I have done, Stephen, what I have done is I've paced back and forth. I've talked to myself over and over about this whole weird conundrum, and then tried to distract my brain. My brain, thankfully, and I can't hate it, but I do a little. I never want it to go away, but I just need it to shut up sometimes. Just keeps changing the dial and giving me these like the dumbest ideas today. Like one of them was what was it? Bosferatu. It was like the boss is a vampire, Bosferatu. I was like, oh no. That's not a thing, brain. Stop it. And it's like, oh, it's about to be. It's about to be
Bosferatu.
Bosferatu is a movie. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be a part of your vampology. Here it comes. And I'm like, no, stop it, please. And then Steven, while I'm walking back and forth,
and then you get for Bosferatu though, you have to get Weird Al to do a parody of the Smashing Pumpkins song. My boss is a vampire. And that's like the soundtrack. That's like what the credits roll to.
Yes, please, dude. I would love to make that. I would love to write that. I feel like I wish, Stephen, just one day we will have the money to be able to just like follow these weird stories and just be like, haha, look what we made this weekend, like just in our backyards for fun, our balls for off to. But Stephen, so I'm walking back and forth and I'm pacing. I'm just like, okay, well, what's gonna happen here? Are they gonna block this person, this troll? But I'm just like, are they gonna block this account? Are they gonna do something about this? How long is this person gonna do this? Is this gonna last forever? Like, do I just have to, I'm gonna ignore it forever? It's really hard to ignore something like that. And then I'm like, Bosferatu, I was like, oh, no, so stop it. I mean, it's like haunting me. So I'm like, all right, so I started like thinking about different things. And Steven, I switched the channels. I was like, I don't want to think about this. No vampires. I don't want, like, I have too many vampires ideas. I'll focus on those again. I want to think of a different idea, so like I changed that channel. I was like, I don't want to think about this drama. I don't want to think about vampires. And then just like a lightning bolt hit me. And I was just like, I got a pitch for you, Stephen. I got one. So
lightning Ferratu. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't even work.
It works, Steven. Not with that attitude. So
the lightning zigs in like two straight little toothy lines.
I just think lightning bolt, like. But for those of you who are new to our show or just may not have seen this thing, basically, Steven entertains my dumb brain as I spit an idea that I had today in his general direction and see if he loves me afterward. It's basically just me going, Steven, please tell me you'll love me no matter what. It's sickness, health, and dumb idiot ideas. And he's like, yes, I will marry you. I'm like, thank you. But yes, we call this segment Pitches Get Stitches.
Cause every week we get together and we got little pitches to stitch. Anthony gonna come in with his daddy punning and everybody gonna love it. Cause it's Pitches Get Stitches. I don't know how I do it. I really don't.
That was an excellent song. Like it was a fantastic freestyle, Steven. And like for those of you joining us, like I said, Steven does that same exact song every single time.
Every week.
That's why it sounded so prepared. He's not only did he write it, he paid someone on Fiverr to write it, and then he fed it into an AI machine, then gave it back to the Fiverr guy and was like, do it better. Look at what the robot did. And now he sings it. He takes credit for it. It's this whole thing. Steven, I want you to imagine. Here we go. It's Christmas time, Steven. It's Christmas time. It's snowing. It's snowing. I've never seen snow, but imagine it's Christmas time, snow.
It's a balmy 65.
Oh no. It is colder. It is New York. It is New York snowing.
Kevin McAllister is running down the road talking.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He is lost in New York. He doesn't know where he is at this point. But who does know where they are is this very old, not very old, but like very tired and beaten, worn down New York cop who's finding his way to his wife's work because he has he knows that, you know, it sucks. He's not happy to go see her because they've been having problems, and she needed him to come down so they can kind of sign these like divorce papers. So he shows up, and he's trying to find her. And while Steven, stop it. And Steven, so he's like trying to find her building, and like he gets on the elevator and he hears commotion in one of the floors below. And he thinks, I have to be careful. I don't know what's going on, but there's something isn't right here, you know? So he hides in an upper floor where not much is going on. There's like a party down below. There's like a large party on one of the floors, and he's not, you know, he's like up on a higher floor, and he's listening, and he's trying to figure it out. He finds like this he finds like a walkie-talkie, and he's like listening. He's trying to hear people, and there's all this crazy commotion, and he realizes, Steven, that the place has been taken over by these terrorists. Okay, but listen, hear me out, follow me. They're not just
the words they're speaking too. It's so hard to follow because they don't, you know, different language and stuff.
Yes, but the reason is they're speaking in tongues as they cast spells, because these aren't just any terrorists. They're sorcerers. They're warlocks. They are creating magical barriers around this place, and insisting that people give them something that's in the building, right? Like this magical item that's in the building that the millionaire who owns the place, or billionaire probably, who owns the place, owns, you know, this ancient tome, you know? So this cop is like, oh my gosh, how am I going to, you know, I have this little gun because I always carry it, but what's that going to do against freaking, you know, warlock monster, you know? And like, so he's like, what am I going to do?
What's that going to do against Severus Snape and his crew, you know?
Exactly. So while he's so Snape and such are below. They hear a commotion upstairs, and they think, hey, we have to check the building, check the perimeter. They send the guy up there, and the cop, you know, the cop, he's caught. He's like, oh no, this guy's like pointing a wand at him. He's like, I don't know what you want from me. You know, I don't know where I am. I'm so sorry. He's like pretending, you know, and he catches the guy off guard and gets his gun. And he shoots him before he can cast any spells. Right? He ties the guy up. He puts him on an elevator, and he writes on his chest. Elevator goes down, and it dings. Snape sees it. It says, "Ho ho hocus pocus. Now I have a magic wand." So it says, "Now I have a magic wand. Ho ho hocus pocus."
Very good, Potter.
So the rest of the movie becomes this cop trying to figure out how to do magic against this like this crazy terrorist group of warlocks who are all against him. And it's called Wizard.
Come out to the coast, have yourself a couple butter beers.
But so I was at work. Steven, and I was thinking, like, it actually, like, it would be so funny if you did Die Hard but with magic characters. And then I was like, I thought of a Wizard and just couldn't stop laughing, because I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever said. And like, I was like, but it works because of Wizard and Wizard. It works. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna tweet this. And it's untweetable from my brain. I cannot do it. I started and I was like, you know, cop. Nope, I'm gonna need a whole thread, and no one wants to read a whole thread where the punchline is Wizard. I even just now, like, I almost feel bad to our listeners that I drag them through these Shaggy Dog dad jokes, and I can't. I need it, Steven. It feeds me. But I'll tell you, thinking about that today did take my brain off of like the stupid drama. It did. Like, I was sitting there at work like giggling at Wizard, and it worked.
Can the lead character be John McTwain, and that's why he's always been a wizard, because he had this like McTwain, you know, Mark Twain mustache going on?
Dude, Mark Twain would be a hilarious protagonist in a movie against Severus Snape. Yeah, I can see that. I would love that. But it has to also be played by like 1980s Bruce Willis as well. Like I think that's like the one good thing about AI, which like it's gonna kill us all. It's gonna be terrible. We have the Terminator is happening. It's happening right now. They're all taking over. Actually, this isn't real. We've been doing AI since episode 50. You thought that we actually had the Frog Brothers on.
Turns out having a serialized program, it just feeds the AI perfectly.
It does.
I don't want to see the AI generated version. It's like the AI generated version we have is just like, I failed. It's just like,
it's like I failed. Nipple fingers. Animal anatomy. Nipples, penis. Like, can we not do this? How many? Okay, let's real quick.
How many times did we bring up nipples?
That's what I was gonna say. Okay, real quick, Steven. Let's see if we can previously on We Have Issues. What animal genitalia can you name that we talked about? We're not going to go into them. I just want to know, like, which ones do you recall?
Well, let me see. The echidna has a pretty crazy one.
They do. It's the whole situation.
What was the recent one where it was like 5 times? Oh, the barnacle. I'm sure in passing have mentioned blue whale as an honorable mention.
Yeah, we also mentioned lobsters, of course, and their weird situations,
pee fetishes.
Yep. We also did werewolf nipples, of course.
Yep. Which, by the way, if you're just joining us, werewolf nipples, just human nipple, or do the dog? Is it dog? Do they have like 6 nipples, 8 nipples?
It depends on the movie you're watching. Go check out American Werewolf in Paris, and you'll see these so many nipples. It's nipples for days. Anyway, it's so funny. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you, Steven, it's gonna keep happening. We're gonna keep discovering these weird creatures because Earth is amazing. It's beautiful.
I'm just saying the fact that an echidna can high five you with its thing is pretty nuts.
An echidna can high five you with its thing and pretty nuts.
Like, because it looks like that. It's like a little.
But yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, I like all this silly stuff we talk about. Sometimes it occurs to me while we're mid sentence. I'm like, oh, this is probably someone's first episode, and that's weird. I'm like, and that's like. Our previous episode, episode 162, with all the drama and stuff, I was just like, that sucks. It sucks to like go through that stuff, not only like as a person and in general, like because obviously like anything like that is terrible experience, but just like as a person who like we live our lives this way and we explain the things we're going through, and like someone's gonna turn this on for the first time and be like, hey, what is this show? Oh, it's about these dramatic Twitter issues. No thanks. Next, not that anyone uses, I mean, I guess they use their phone like that, but like, like they're gonna next us, and I'm like, I don't want that, but at the same time, it feels like disingenuous to like not talk about it. So I'm just like, what do we do? So it drives me crazy. But if this is your first time watching our show, watch next week's episode. Give us a chance next week. Next week, we're going to be over this, hopefully. And if we're not, I'm going to blame you. You comment below and you tell me who you are.
We need a clip episode is what we need. We need to just have like laugh tracks and everything. Listen, all you need to know about our show, Jean-Claude Van Dampire, or Jean-Claude Van Dampire.
Wait, Steven, wait. I like this, actually. Let's do a quick... For those of you, welcome to the colony. I'm Anthony. This is my best friend.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
We've been trying to make comic books together for over 20 years now. We've been trying since high school. We failed a bunch. Recently, we published our first book. It's called Play It Again. It's up here. And then after that, thankfully, we were successful with it. And we kept going. We kept trying. We keep doing it. You can watch all the episodes and the whole journey below. But Steven, we have so many inside jokes, so many things that have happened along the way. We've been building this colony, building these friendships, building all these relationships. So yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about just like a few like funny like staples of the show that like don't always make their way back, but like let's see if we can like kind of give ourselves like a dictionary of our colony a little bit. What do we got?
So one thing that you need to know when you step onto the colony grounds is that we love ostriches.
Naturally.
Very much so. Yeah. Because of just a random encounter with one at a farm, I've decided that ostriches are our mascot. They are our company bird, if you will.
And I tolerate it because Steven draws the books and he's sexy. What am I gonna do?
What is he gonna do about it?
Not to mention, the ostrich can kick me to death. He can kick me in half.
Yeah.
An ostrich could kick me so hard that like I do that thing from the 90s where like it kicks me, but like I don't split in half for a second. I just wait, and then I like awkwardly split in half.
Bang! And then the blood sprays.
Yeah, that was such a weird thing.
Imagine
90s, early 2000s.
Oh, for sure. Like I'm already cut in half, but I'm not in half yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go celebrate my birthday. I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna work 3 days, and then I'm gonna get in the shower. And then when I'm like making popcorn, be like, "Hey, what are we gonna watch today?"
Ostrich kick. I also imagine like an ostrich kick would like be like Jonah Hill like getting hit by the car and Superbad. Like, what happened? But when we're not wrangling ourselves some ostriches, we are slaying vampires as Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jean-Claude Damn Vampires. There it is. Or we're, having little brain flubs and accidentally saying Quasimodo instead of Quasimodo.
That's right.
There's so many things. I mean, animal genitalia is very important.
It's very important, obviously. It's so super important to our show and us as humans. One time, Steven and I were murdered by a bucket. We were on a road trip together and then took that road trip to heaven, just like in the end of Greece. We flew off into the sunset together and lived in a bucket verse because Steven and I ran over our bucket ran under us, is what we should say. It attacked us. Like a giant bucket, a much larger bucket, a
full bucket. Full of something. Destiny, probably.
Destiny. It was full of destiny. It was a very tick line. So yeah, a bucket full of destiny ran under us and just like changed the trajectory of our lives forever. And we talked about that for a long time. We're still in the bucket verse. After the bucket verse, Steven, we fell in love with lobsters for a while. Because of course they are. I mean, I was obsessed with lobsters for a while because I learned that they communicate via pee out of their eyeballs, and that was really interesting. And so many other things. They're basically immortal. They're cannibalistic, which is crazy to me. We have issues. We have silly inside jokes. We try to always give context to them. We're going to keep making them as we go. So hopefully you'll stick around and join us along the ride as we continue with the ridiculousness and the silliness and the sincerity and the good times and bad times. And please marry us is what we're saying, that, in sickness and health, in good times and in stuff.
I am willing to move to Utah so that we can just marry. Okay. Like, let's get this done.
Yeah.
Ostrich colony is officially in Utah.
Oh my God, we are all married. Everyone in the ostrich colony is married. That's the new one.
We'll start a new show called Sister Wives and Brother Husbands. And it's just all of us. Husbands and
all right, dude.
Swipes.
So every week we talk about what we did this week. So Steven, like, you sent off this week for some standees, right?
Yep. Standees, and like I'm gonna get them back, should hopefully be soon. And we were discussing that before. Yes. But yeah, because we're basically finalizing everything to try to get it all packed up and sent out, get all the physical done, so that way we can pour all of our energy into issue 3.
Yes. So we got all the comic books. Everything looks gorgeous. The lettering is perfect. I fixed like the only spelling issue that I saw, which was funny. It's the reason you need editors is it was just a stupid homophone situation where instead of slight, it was slight. It's like sleight of hand versus like that. Oh, it's a slight change of pace or what. It was just not. There was no E to be found. I was like, no, whoops. I made a mistake.
Where'd the ego?
Where'd the ego? So I was like, oh, the ego is right here, according to some people. Sorry. I got the ego, baby. No, but yeah, so we fixed, thankfully we fixed some stuff and sent out. We got all the books back. I have 3 huge boxes of comic books now, and I'm super excited. Like, we're gonna have our signing party, we're gonna do all this stuff, but we have to send away from buttons. We're gonna see what these standees look like, and then we're gonna make like a big order of those.
Yeah, posters should be here too soon. This week.
Oh, that's true, dude. So everything should all be said and done within the next month. Like within, by the end of November, we should be done shipping, is what I'm hoping, right?
Oh yeah, I'm like hoping that like I said, if the standees hold up for too long, we're just gonna send the things that we have, and then
we'll send those separately if we have to. I'd rather not do that because
because obviously double postage is horrible. But yeah,
but anyway. But yeah, so this week I'm gonna finish writing issue 3. I'm gonna send away for the buttons. I posted a poll and everyone wants just deathless logo buttons. So I'm gonna make some deathless logo buttons, and that's what they want. If that's what the people want, it works. What do you think, dude? Should we? Should it just say deathless with like the black, black with like deathless letters, or do you want to do like deathless's head, like the traditional like hair over his face with glowing eyes, and then like the deathless logo over it, or like what do you think? What's a cool button?
You could probably take the thing I designed for the standee and put his arms with like the words deathless behind his arms.
That's true. It sounds awesome. My fear with that is the buttons are only going to be like this big, though.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised at like how clear that comes. Like
that's true.
With the way things print nowadays.
That's true. That could be cool. You know what? Like I'll play with it. Like I have the template.
I'll send it to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just
I'll send you the file
picture because like I love that idea. I just want to make sure it's clear. So I can make it work. I'll make it work. We'll make something cool no matter what. But thank you all. Thank you for sticking around with us. I'm sorry that the last couple of weeks have been a little bit dramatic. I'm sorry that I keep rubbing my nose. Something like my sinuses are killing me. But yeah, it's been a weird couple of weeks. Steven, you're the best friend ever. Thank you for tolerating all this weird drama. I love you.
Of course.
Dude, it's been so annoying, and I hate dragging that kind of stuff into the show, and I'm just like, ugh. Anytime anything like that happens in my life, I'm like, oh no, it has to like it's gonna make its way into this, and I don't want that. I like when we're like being funny and positive and moving forward and sharing our friends' stuff and like doing all that. And I know that's part of it. It's just like it's a big spectrum of experience. What am I gonna do? It's part of life.
Absolutely.
I have issues.
It's a human condition.
Yeah. But thank you all for sticking with us. I really appreciate it. We appreciate you, and we're happy to have you in the colony. If it is your first time here and you somehow made it this far into the episode, freaking thank you. Please share our show, show everyone you know, show your grandparents, which is another thing that we used to talk about all the time and we forgot about.
Those grandparents love us.
Your grandparents will love us. Not only will they love us, I don't have any grandparents left. I need more grandparents.
We need your grandparents. There's not a grandparent between us.
No, that's true. We both need your grandparents. So make sure your grandparents who have several Gmail accounts that they don't know that they've made, just follow us, subscribe to our show on each of their accounts, hit that like button on each of the accounts, but help us out. But just anyone you know who might enjoy this and what we do, just let them know about our show. If you're interested in our comic books and everything that we've made together, you can check it out at wehaveissuespodcast.com. You can buy physical copies of all of our books. We'll sign them if you want. You can get stickers, you can get all kinds of stuff. We're working on getting more stuff up there soon. We're gonna have issue 2 physical copies soon too, like up on the site soon. I can't freaking wait. Steven, what do you want to say to the people?
I love you guys, and I hope you all have been well and great. I'm sure you have been. Thank you so much for tuning in and supporting us each and every week, and I hope you all have wonderful weeks.
Yeah, Steven, you're the best, but we love you so much. Thank you again. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And this has been We Have Issues. See you next week.
Boom!
All right, let's go.
Oh, I got my haircut. We can talk about that. I mean, you guys probably don't notice, but there's like 4 inches off. So
I noticed when someone's 4 inches or less, Steven. Let's
4 inches is a lot.
It's a great amount. It's so much.
It's the national average of, no, I'm just kidding. It's the national average amount of hair. Just hair.
All right, let's start recording.
The double take.
just beating up
just
his
comboing.
Combo breaker. All right, let's go. All right.